Pokemon stream, and I'm here with John and Anson today. We still got the levels in for Pokemons, and as you can see, last stream Anson was like, new structure in the middle of your field.
I didn't know whether it would detect a structure or it would spawn one.
What was the command you input?
Struck.
That spawned one, yeah.
That's the command /struck. I had no idea what that meant, so I wanted to test it out, and it just so happened that I was in Nathan's house. But good news, it's around all of his apricot farms instead of inside.
It is 1 block away from my nearest apricot farm. Not even. There's not even a distance between them, and it's just next to it.
It's true.
Speaking
Well,
of
good
structures,
news.
did y'all
You
see
didn't
the new
lose
structures in the new beta for the snapshot? For the nether stuff? They look really cool. There's a new fortress, there's a new music disc.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It was like Pig Step or something.
Yeah, this pig step.
Man, I just love the new mod they're adding to the game.
The new mod looks so good.
The new mod just looks amazing.
Dude, first time Mojang makes a mod for Minecraft, it's just wow.
It doesn't feel vanilla. Seeing like blues and grays in the nether, it doesn't feel right.
It is not vanilla. It is just not.
Look,
I was pretty open-minded about the update, but just oh my gosh, that is not vanilla.
Looks so cool.
I liked the honey update. That was a fine one, but then they decided to add nether stuff, which
the nether stuff is so cool.
I mean, yeah, the nether stuff is awesome, but like it is so
too like a mod.
Yeah.
It have to feel like vanilla.
Right, but it kind of ruins the original simplicity-esque Minecraft has.
I mean, yeah, but Minecraft needs to evolve though. It doesn't.
Nathan,
it can't stay simple for
Nathan, we're retreating to 7.10. Let's go, Nathan. We're retreating back.
We need to go back in time now. Right now.
Stuff in Minecraft.
Back in time when everything was better.
Crazy, wacky shit.
John, I'm very well aware you're always the kind of person that just likes new content regardless. All right. Just me and Anson are a bit different. All right, just respect that.
I mean,
your nostalgia is gonna blind you from the awesome new features.
It is awesome. I'm not saying it isn't. It just doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel like a real update.
I love it. This looks so cool.
It feels like a
there's not an argument that it's bad. The argument is it's too good to be just Minecraft.
It's too additional to be a Minecraft update.
Like new biomes for the Nether was overdue, but honestly, the new biomes could have been pretty simple, like not really different at all, but like different still.
Maybe.
But adding a full-on like new cobblestone block so you can literally start up in the Nether, like they could basically just put an option in the new launcher. Oh, start spawn in Nether. Like they could literally do that now. And iron is the rarest thing in that place. It's crazy.
I remember originally that you would have to get a special mod to be able to survive in the Nether properly.
Dude, the Striders look so weird.
I mean, they're okay. They don't even look Minecraft though, do they?
They look so cool.
They look like they decided to be very creative with their ideas over there.
I mean, the Hoglins too, they just don't look Minecraft.
I feel like they hired too many mod creators at this point.
I mean, like, sure, mod creators are great, but like, holy cow, they really let them go free.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah?
I think that's a good thing, but okay.
You give me your Larvesta, and I give you one of my high-level Pokemon to help you train.
Okay.
How about that?
Sure.
And I'll
Do I get your Porygon Z?
My Porygon Z? I was thinking either my Hydreigon or my Tyranitar.
The Tyranitar sounds good.
Yeah, the Tyranitar can Mega Evolve, but the Hydreigion's just generally a very powerful Pokemon.
Mm.
Pig Step sounds. It's just a bop though.
It does sound good, but like
It's a literal bop. I love this.
There we go. The Hydreigon should help you train without having to use your legendaries, but if you want to keep using your legendaries to train, that's fine.
This should just always play in the background when you're in the Nether.
Did you hear the new musics they've added to just for biomes?
Nah, not yet.
It's just I don't know. I'm opposed to the update solely because it's too epic for Minecraft.
I like that. I think the direction Mojang is taking Minecraft right now, adding all this crazy new weird stuff, is better.
But yeah, you like Fortnite because of that too, and it's like that's great. But if you take such a huge update turn every time, it's just I'm not a fan of that.
Personally, that's why I prefer games that are like platformers or just these like some things like Undertale. They keep their game like this because that's what it's meant to be. No real updates added to it. It stays the same. Nothing generally changes. It's just familiar.
Sounds about right.
Right?
Yeah.
It has a familiarity to it. But
if Minecraft stays simple as it always has been, then it's just gonna die out again.
I mean, yeah, Minecraft isn't really gonna die. It's just gonna lose a few players that are only here for updates like you, John.
Look,
Minecraft died during like 2015 until like 2019.
It didn't die. It declined.
It was dead.
No, it was not. It declined. I was still actively playing the game, which means it wasn't dead. It just
people
declined.
were still actively playing the game.
The numbers weren't nearly as high as before, but you're talking about world-breaking stuff. Like Minecraft is so high up there that whenever it goes down to the regularity of a normal game, it seems like it's dead because of what power it reached before. But this is just not at all the case.
Stuff like Minecraft had like such a low point during like 2015 to 2019 because
the transfer of ownership, zero update.
And Microsoft acquisition, it just all the updates were so boring and safe. And then
they released 1.9, which was arguably a flop.
Which is the best update they've ever made.
I disagree, 100%. My laptop couldn't even run the update because it was missing some basic necessities.
Personally, I hated the update because it just wasn't Minecraft to me.
It's still
I really like the way they implemented the end stuff for 1.9. I think that was an appropriate thing because it didn't exactly change the original landscaping of the game that much, but it added more. Now, the in-game loot, it is supposed to be in-game, yeah, but like my goodness, it's pretty darn OP for vanilla. Now with Netherite though, I suppose it's not that bad, but then again, just Netherite, it just sounds so modded when you say it. So I don't know.
1.9 was the best update because they revitalized combat, made a bunch of new features.
They didn't do the combat.
I prefer old combat.
Yeah, the combat could have implemented better. And plus, if they were going for a combat reform, they should have gone for all the tools reformed as well. Add an animation for mining instead of just swinging, and add an animation for tilling. So like even make it to where hoes have more of a use where the speed, so the time it takes to till one piece, they could add an animation, and if a wooden one goes slower, a gold one goes speedy fast.
They're buffing hoes in 1.6.
I know.
Yeah.
The way they're buffing it now is totally not what I was thinking. at all, which is fine. But at the same time, it's just it doesn't feel like Minecraft anymore.
It doesn't need to. If Minecraft stays feeling like
If
Minecraft, it's gonna die. There's no
No,
way
I
they
disagree.
can
I
I
hold the
disagree.
disagree.
fan base
I
and the new
disagree
fans.
100% because
if you
the Village
say
Pillage
that
update still felt Minecraft. It felt new, yes, but it still felt Minecraft in my opinion. And it just wasn't like game-breakingly just changed. But the Nether just is going to be so wow. It's just like the before the all right, basic Nether back in the day, no quartz, zombie pigmen dropped like steak, and there were no Nether fortresses. The only point of going to the Nether was just the new block Nether rack. Like that was it.
Yeah, it's boring. That the original Nether
Then
is
they
boring.
added the Nether fortress, wither skeletons, ghast, and they added all those, and that's kind of what built Minecraft Nether. And now they're totally adding so much more, even changing the
Yeah.
zombie pigman mob and the physics for that. It's just wow. It is so. It
No,
I don't
feels
like
like
it
they're
looks
taking
so
away from
much
base game
better.
Minecraft and modifying it, which is it's totally fine. It's just the original Minecraft feeling is gonna go.
If it stays feeling like original Minecraft, it's gonna die on popularity again. Minecraft is in a good place
No, I
right now.
disagree. I disagree because it didn't die.
Yeah,
Where the
Minecraft
new
never really died.
content is constantly bringing in new fans and keeping old fans intrigued. The Nether before this update was boring. You went there, you got the blaze rods you needed, and you left, and you didn't come back unless you wanted to fight the Wither, which not many people do that. Unless you're doing like a boss run or something, or hardcore or whatever. Like, you went there for those two things, and that was it. Now, you go there for the blaze rods, the Wither skeleton skulls,
Ghast, magma cubes, and
gas, magma cubes, piglins, basalt, the new types of wood. You can
it's
actually
just not
the new magic
Minecraft.
blocks like lodestone compasses, spawn anchors.
I would be fine if that wasn't a mod, but an update doesn't
It's better in an update.
fit Minecraft.
John,
It's
listen, I
okay.
understand that you're very much up for these kind of content where they finally add modded things, but if you go back to when we wanted something so simple, such as a sideways slab, remember that
Yeah, I still
argument?
want
It just seemed,
yeah.
it sounded such a minimal thing, but their argument was just get a mod and then you can have your sideways slab. That was their argument, and that's what happened.
Well, yeah, but
Now
they're
with this
doing
new
something
game
different.
breaking stuff, why can't they say the same exact argument here? No, they're gonna go
Because
ahead and
Minecraft
add it.
is
So are they gonna
evolving.
add sideways slabs back? Well, no, I don't even mean
Maybe.
back. I just mean in the game. That'd be interesting to see if they would, because it is a long time thing that people have wanted, and it just seems so minimal. But now we're getting just a massive revamp,
Minecraft.
redone, in addition. It's just crazy.
If Minecraft doesn't evolve, then it's going to die out.
It doesn't need to
Minecraft
evolve. It just needs to
evolves, and
update.
it doesn't become Minecraft.
If it doesn't
I don't
modernize
think it
and make
needs to
new
evolve. I think it needs to
wacky stuff,
update.
If Minecraft evolves, then it starts not becoming Minecraft anymore.
Yeah, but if it just stays being boring and simplistic, it's never going to.
I would never
Join
call
new
it
fans.
Minecraft if it keeps up what it keeps changing. I would never call what they keep adding Minecraft anymore.
That's just a stupid argument.
John,
Yeah,
I
like
think your
your
argument's stupid. Like that's where we're at right now.
Just because something is new and exciting doesn't mean it's not the same game
That,
anymore.
no, that's
stupid, you're
not what we're
stupid.
arguing at all. Something can
That's
be
what Instant
new and
literally
exciting
just
and
said.
be part of the game, but something can be new and exciting and be an addition, a game changer, it's wouldn't feel like an update. It changes the game. Going from an old nether biome to a new nether biome is so different. Going from an old nether chunk to a new nether chunk, it's going to be so shocking, whereas in the past it'd just be something so simple. It's an Elicor's house. Shoot, I really need to make another highway.
I'm just saying, like,
It's been a
it
portal, and I think it might take you
deserves to be
back.
Minecraft.
Ryan, what's your stance on the new update? I mean, it's good, right?
Hate it. Hate it to guts.
Why do you hate it?
I want the pigmen back, to be honest.
They're still in the game.
Some-
you idiot.
I kind of agree with that, yeah.
They're piglins now.
No, I think there's Zoglins too.
There's a bunch of different versions.
It's
They improved them while not removed the same ones we already had.
They did
They
remove
just
the
updated
previous
them all.
one and they added a new one.
Yeah.
What happens
And
when a
they're
pig gets struck
100%
by
the
lightning
same
in the
thing.
newest
They
snapshot?
made the zombie versions less common.
It's just wow. It's gonna be such a new game. I'm opposed to it in the sense that it's not gonna be Minecraft, but it's gonna be fun either way. It's just if I'm gonna say I wanna play Minecraft, it's not the version I'd go to.
Minecraft in single player or just vanilla Minecraft is boring because there's nothing to do. You clear it in like 20 minutes and you're just
That's
done.
because Minecraft is supposed to be where your mind does the rest. It
Dumb.
doesn't need to be just content.
What, Ryan?
That's why it's
It's
called
like-
Minecraft.
It's
Exactly. It's in the bloody name.
It's like Dungeons and Dragons in a sense. It's out of your own mind of what you want.
Minecraft is what you make it.
It's a blank sheet of paper and you write what you want.
I was watching the Captain Sparkles update videos on the new versions, and they're adding a new dungeon to it, which I think
Yeah,
is
it's so
a
cool.
good step for the whole Netherite thing, but it's still just another backtrack for it being Minecraft, and it's just it looks awesome. It is out of this game awesome. Like it just doesn't feel
Yeah.
like Minecraft.
What,
It
Ryan?
just doesn't.
Have you ever watched a tribute to Minecraft?
Yeah.
What did Schlatt say made Minecraft good?
That you could do anything?
The simplicity is what he enjoyed.
I hate simplicity.
Well, John, that's kind of what Minecraft was meant to be.
Yeah, but now it's not that anymore. So now it has to be something different and evolve to be part of the new market.
And that's where we
Otherwise,
disagree
it's
with
gonna
you.
be-
That is
It
where we
doesn't
disagree
have
with
to.
you and think your argument's flawed.
How many games have died because they refused to update and add anything new? And
John,
kept to the
this
same
game has
formula?
been on for 10 years. This game is not going
It is
away.
dead.
Think about it.
What
How
the
many
game
games
is,
died?
it's not going away. Now it's going to change, and now it could be at risk. Whereas before, it was at a steady standstill where it was going to be fine, still up in the world, and they could have added gradual updates. You know, maybe this whole new Nether update would be easier for them to add gradually rather than bam, new update, which I'm fine with. It's just so it's
Nathan, just think about it like this: how many games have died because the developers wanted to keep it the same and not?
that's the
add
thing.
anything?
Minecraft
Well, they're
is
adding new stuff.
we don't
There's
want
five,
Minecraft
so
to be the
it's not
same. We
too
want
much.
Yeah, but
Minecraft
if
to
they don't add
update,
anything
but we don't want
outlandishly
Minecraft to
new-
change.
John,
What?
I would rather see my game die than have it not be the way I wanted it to be originally.
What? So you'd rather the entire game die than be simplistic?
I would rather have it die than change what made it
It's still gonna be
the
Minecraft.
game
It's
in
got
the
a bunch
first
of
place.
wacky stuff you can mess with.
Alright, what if they took out the mining and the crafting and
That's-
added a whole bunch of new shit?
They wouldn't take out the two basic mechanics. There's
And
nothing
just-
wrong with adding new, wacky, crazy. Wow, that's not Minecraft. That's so different stuff.
You
But
can
if
no
you just
longer
stick-
mine yourself, you have to create a machine to mine for you.
That's a bit too much. But that's not anywhere near what they're doing now. They're revamping old stuff that needs a revamp desperately, like the Nether. Beforehand, it was
Everybody
ugly.
could agree that the
Like-
Nether got stale, but everybody, like,
There was no reason. To
not
go to-
anybody can say the way they're doing this is the best way to do it. There's
I
always a
think it
better
is the
way to
best way
do
to do it.
something, and that is just a fact. But just this in particular, the complete reform of the Nether, the complete changing, the complete just simplistic feel of the Nether. The Nether was such a simple biome to where it was almost too simple at times.
Yeah, it was.
And
Also,
it became a little stale. However, that's what it was kind of meant to be. For them to add a few more things would make it a little better, but for them to just full on make it, let's go live in the Nether and stay there because there
That's
is
the
so
entire point
much.
of the
It
update
is
is that it's supposed to
insane.
be you can live there now.
Hey
You know what?
Nathan.
Screw the nether. Screw the nether.
Exactly. It's that old Minecraft song is now going to be like, what do you mean? It's just so groundbreakingly
Nathan.
different. Yeah?
You know what's funny?
What?
My entire ice tournament is shaped like a bowl, and yet it has no water inside of it, and it's raining. I think that's funny.
I'm gonna
It's
go
because
grab
the
some sweet
bowl
tea.
is
I
water.
get water physics. How would you like to work for me today?
The bowl is water.
I need silicone and I need
I don't like
wood.
arguing with John because I don't get anywhere with it.
Yeah, he always just interrupts you like
Yeah.
half.
Yeah, and he always
I
just feels
always-
like he needs to
I
dominate
always-
over you with his points, and it's just like that's not how you make an argument. That's how you get your point across by repeating it several times.
I have one phrase that I always think of when I talk to John, and that is that
Don't.
you can't change what we can't change what you're saying, and I can't be changed by what you're saying. So why don't you just stop arguing?
But honestly, that's the first time I've really like said anything about how I feel the new update. I mean, it just.
We're in a deadlock every time we try to argue with John. So why keep arguing?
Oh yeah, and last night me, him, and Logan were chilling on a map I made. I put a good few hours in trying to make the
That
physics
map
for the
is
vehicles
fun,
work.
by the way. I don't know what John means.
And John
what
totally
map?
was like, I'm sick of playing these stupid trash games. I want to do something fun that I like. And I got off for the night because one, I was staying up late and I was going on my way to do that just to have fun with y'all.
Tonight?
And then he was
Last
straight up like, your map is trash. I'm sorry. It's absolute garbage. I hate it. Let's do something I like.
So
Awful human
Nathan,
being for
what
that.
is the map?
Thanks.
What is the map?
Okay.
I would like
It was in
what it is.
Fortnite. Do you remember the game mode that Zaire would have us play? And with the
In Halo Reach?
yes, in Halo Reach, the one with the plasma pistol.
Yeah, I loved that one.
I recreated that in
game, but
Fortnite.
it was really funny with the vehicles and you just constantly spamming the
Yes.
plasma pistol.
I recreated that in Fortnite. And it's so much fun.
That was always fun when I asked Zaire to do that during Halo Reach.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Nathan,
I know, I need to get
have
it.
you been able to awaken your account from the ashes yet?
I didn't think about it yet.
Just tell me whenever, and I'll like gift you the game. We can become friends, and I'll gift you
Alright.
Halo Reach. That way we can make the map ourselves and have some fun.
But yeah, I built it in Fortnite. That was pretty fun. John, what did you call my map again? I want to hear it again.
I didn't like it because the vehicles are broken.
What?
Fortnite did something to the vehicles, and I can't rotate them midair anymore, and it's a lot harder.
But like, what? You call my game, you flat out was like, I'm sick of playing these trash games. Like, you understand? I'm so confused.
Ow, he just jumped.
John, say phone call. Who calling him?
Probably hit my grandma.
Ah. Dude, I'm fixing to have Texas Steak Roadhouse.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it'd be nice if John could at least show respect. I mean, it took me quite a bit to do that.
We could do some pretty cool mini games with
Halo
Pixelmon.
Reach. Pixelmon?
Yeah. Do you know the Pixelmon mini games?
No, I don't.
You can do this one where you fish for Pokemon that just spawn in a pit.
Huh.
And like it just has a bunch of random Pokemon spawning,
And you
and
fight with them.
it's your goal to fish them out. And afterwards, you battle with the Pokemon that you fish out. There's also one where you just throw Pokeballs randomly in the air as you catch Pokemon in a pit.
Oh yeah, I know that game. I love that one. That's fun.
So, yeah, I just gotta keep training up your Larvesta.
What level is it right now?
It's at level 30, I think. Yeah, level 30.
Wow, you did that really fast.
Yes.
My Trapinch is level 28. What does a Destiny Knot do?
Destiny Knot?
Yeah.
It allows Destiny Bond to last longer, in a sense. It's like it adds a special effect to Destiny Bond, to where I think it's where you can't escape, which is the one weakness of Destiny Bond. The fact that it won't let you keep the Pokemon there, so the Pokemon can just retreat.
And twisting?
Maybe I should have made legendaries more rare.
I mean, I don't know. It's not like we're really focused on legendaries.
John is.
That's his problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John exclusively gives me the idea that I feel like making them rare would be better. Although, until I figure out how to change the thing, I can't really change that.
I mean, that's just like one way to get into another circle argument with John.
It really is. We've already been there too.
I've been at every argument when it comes to Pixelmon with John. It just never ends.
I don't understand how you can be in such a mindset. It's just... I've always been one to try to look at other people's point of views to help understand why they're saying and having an argument with me.
It's hard.
I can't do that with John. I managed to do it with my own parents, with people I've known closely, with people I barely know. And with John, I just don't... I'm not there.
It's just hard to get it in a John mindset.
It's because it's such its own way of thinking.
That it feels like no one else would think that way.
And like I've had a similar thing with my father, my stepmom, and I've managed to find their certain way of thinking. I've almost thought of it as how like mythology has its own way of thinking. Like once you get there, you can kind of understand where a story is going to take. But like, I just
Nathan,
haven't
your
gotten there.
Shieldon's ready.
What's
I
my what?
just give.
The fossil Pokemon Shieldon.
Ooh. Okay.
You
I
mean
remember.
Shieldon?
That's what I said.
Is it?
Sheldon is a completely different Pokemon
Yeah,
than
the one, the
Shieldon.
ocean, right?
I'm bad.
No.
There are two different. There are two
The
different
fossil.
Shell and Shieldons. There's the Dragon Pokemon Sheldon, and then there's Shieldon.
No, it's Shieldon, the fossil.
Yeah,
What are y'all talking about?
Pokemon runs out of names. Pokemon's
Yeah.
run out of names. They keep associating them pretty similarly. Actually, it's quite interesting. But anyway,
Is that a move tutor?
it is now time for me to jump into the Ultra Space.
Oh yeah, I have infinite portals now.
Dang it,
Same
I didn't
here.
jump into it correctly. Oh, there we go.
I don't think I've been in
Activating it.
ultra space in this series yet.
It's nice.
I spent 5 hours in Ultra Space straight about a week ago.
Looking for his legendary Pokemon.
Mm-mm. I was looking for a
Fist plate that you can use to get a
Fist plate.
legendary Pokemon.
Basically.
Basically, you're looking for a legendary.
I remember when I got this special little orb. I think if I remember what it was meant to be for Garantina.
Which one is it?
Oh, it's the one that turns it into its
Is it the
other dimensional one.
Saris?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's Giratina.
Yeah. The boss dropped it. I think it was the boss. It was. Oh wait, it's right here actually. It's an
Heck,
Ultra Dimension.
Wait, what is it?
I just found one in the Ultra Dimension.
Bruh.
Oh, the second one.
What did you
I
find?
got two, so.
Oh, I just found another one of those Garantina orbs.
Neat.
The Grisius orb again. Second one.
Is the attack feint good?
No.
Faint. Although there is a move that reminds. Oh, hey, it's a Ultra Beast.
I don't think
Nice
I need
catch it.
feint.
Which one?
It's the tentacle one. Nihilego.
That's the best one.
The middle.
My one's different. My favorite one is different.
I got a stack attacker.
Okay.
Larvesta, let's go. Tyranitar, kill. Tyranitar, Mega Evolve, and then kill. It is time to kill this Nihilego. Nihilego.
Why not catch it?
When does Trapinch evolve?
Well, it's good for XP.
Yeah, but they're cool looking.
Well, yeah, but I don't really feel like it right now. Oh, hey, Poison Gem.
Neat.
I mean, I do have a Beast Ball, but I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. And plus, if it was any Pokemon, I would definitely get Mr. Taserface.
Circuitry?
Yeah, that one. That one's my favorite, personally.
Don't like it all that much. Nihilgo's the only one I really like because I like the color scheme, it's got a good shiny, and I like the typing.
I just like Zerk, the blah 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 Pokemon.
I do like a Poipole in its evolution.
Well, it's Poipole.
Yeah.
Oh, hey! It's a Garantina spawner thing.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Alter.
I think you've gone to someone I found.
A nice little Girantiner spawner thingy. You see, I'm terrible with most Pokemon names. Mostly the new ones. All the other ones I'm pretty good with. But when it comes to the modded to the stuff in this mod, I also forget what they're called.
Yo, I don't know most of the new Pokemon's names, so.
I do.
I have no idea.
I know a lot of the new Pokemon. I just don't know some of their names.
I don't know like any of the
I
original
know-
Pokemon names.
I know all of the original generation Pokemon from first to I believe it would be 5th gen. Because that's the generation I spent most of my life with. The classic generations of two-dimensional pixel sprites.
Do you know what was the best generation because of Oshawott?
My favorite was actually 3rd gen.
My favorite
I
generation
love
is
3rd gen.
Kalos.
I love the 3rd gen. My second favorite would have to be the 1st gen. Because I love the 1st gen.
Oh no, Gen 1er.
Ah. I like the new design of the three-dimensional Pokemon, but it just feels right when I pick up one of the two-dimensional Pokemon
Some of
games
the
and play through it.
Pokemon got absolutely destroyed in the switch from
Feel
2D to 3D. And
it
they
just
look
feels right.
Like, Typhlosion doesn't have the fire on its back all the time anymore, and that's stupid.
Well, it never would have the flame constantly on its back.
Yeah, but it just looks so stupid.
That's just its
now.
biology. It's just its biology, man.
I think that the 3D model of Typhlosion
They were
would be a lot
designed.
better if they just.
They were designed like that from the first place.
It's weird. Don't I do have a Cyndaquil. I want to use this. I love Cyndaquil.
Totodale's better.
Cyndaquil is like the best.
Totodale's way better, honestly though.
I actually prefer the middle stage of Cyndaquil to Typhlosion.
Honestly, this isn't up for debate, but water type starters are always the best.
Nah, that is up for debate.
No, it's
In the
not.
long
No.
run, they are.
John, I said
In
it's
the
not
short run, fire beats them
up
there.
for debate,
Well,
John.
actually, Nathan, if you want to do for like the long run, personally, I would say grass types would be the best.
I always
because
think
of
they're
how-
type.
Grass
Just
types
because
are
the
the
grass
worst.
types are like the easiest to train, so they're pretty easy to level up and get to a good stance with.
You know the kid that peed himself in elementary school? That's what grass types are like.
Well, I didn't have a kid like that, so I'm sorry, but
I pick
yeah.
grass types for every generation except for 2 and 6. Because then I pick Cyndaquil and Greninja. Those are the only starters I don't pick that are grass types.
Can we point out that if you picked Froakie, you have no opinion of your own?
What do you mean?
I have never picked a water type starter actually.
I only ever pick Froakie as the water types.
The reason being is because I always have a Gyarados on my team, so I don't really see the need for a water type starter.
For me, I've made like a little personal rule that every time a new Pokemon game comes out, I'm not allowed to use a Pokemon I've already used before, unless something special happens with them. So like in Generation 6, I used a Raichu, so I can't use a Raichu anymore. But when Generation 7 came out and they made a Alolan Raichu, I allowed myself that because it's different. but like I can't use the same Pokemon on my team twice. I was trying to use the new ones and force myself. Well, you gotta learn the new ones this way.
John's like the only person to ever use a Raichu.
Raichu's good. I don't know what you're talking about. Alolan Raichu is a lot better than normal Raichu.
He's not the best electric type.
He's my
Yeah.
favorite. Electric is my favorite type.
Yeah, John was a Pikachu fanboy.
Nah.
I don't really have
You
I don't
were?
really have a favorite typing.
Yeah.
I just it depends on the Pokemon.
Mhm. My favorite types are Flying Electric because my favorite Pokemon is Rufflet. I just think Electric is cool.
What I have noticed is that I have stopped getting flying types in general. The only time I ever had a flying type on my team after most of the most of the two-dimensional games was most likely Crovenite.
Corviknight is really cool.
He's good. He's got a good defense on him,
Mm.
which is why I gave him a guarding press, which basically instead of using its attack power, it uses its defense stat.
Can I point out that if you pick Snivy, you deserve the death penalty?
Okay, Superior is awesome. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
If you pick Snivy, you deserve the death penalty.
Superior is like one of the best starters. It's so cool.
You deserve the death penalty, John.
Ron, you do realize that Superior is competitively better than Samurott.
Didn't ask, did I, John? Didn't ask you, did I?
No, I'm still gonna tell you. Did
But
you not know that?
I didn't ask you though, did I? Get the electric share, bitch.
No.
Well, most Pokemon are competitively better because they find certain ways to use them
Yeah.
that are really good. But it's hard to really say which Pokemon's good competitively because Pokemon can go multiple ways and there are multiple ways to train some. But there are some Pokemon that just can't really be used. But even then, they've used Pokemon that are just generally were once considered to be some of the worst Pokemon you could possibly have, and then all of a sudden the person finds a strategy that makes them one of the best Pokemon to ever play.
Yeah, do you remember
It really
Worlds 2000?
Smeargle.
Smeargle.
Yeah, there was the guy who used
Learning.
Miracle. There was the guy who used the Pachirisu,
Yeah.
which I think is really impressive.
Basically, you really can't tell what's a good Pokemon unless you see every single possible way you can train them.
So I really think the Pachirisu and Garchomp play was hilarious, and I really like that guy used or that setup.
Oh, hey, it's another one.
I think it's really creative.
A time-space alter. Cool thing. Okay.
Have you ever been to Worlds?
To a tournament?
To Worlds, like World Tournament.
I've never been there physically.
It's great. I was there once. It's great. I love it. Next
I
time
do
comes to
research.
Nationals going.
Same.
I do research their the competitive market.
Back in I think it was 2017. Worlds was in Nashville, and I went with my friend Chris, and it was great. And we got the free Meloetta. We got to watch the. We were there on the day the youth championship happened. We got to play a Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee demo. I got a.
You know what's a really cool thing that I've wanted to try? I wanted to do an invitational. Like, it's basically a tournament where you're invited to attend it by a person, and basically you train up your team in one Pokemon game, and you pick your team, and then you face with the actual tournament rules, but it's just a more casual version of it because it doesn't have all of the big players to it. It just has a bunch of people who are invited to it. So it's like a casual version of a competitive tournament, which I really like.
I dislike competitive battling in Pokemon. I don't find it fun.
I do. That's why I have the website for it.
All the rules are really restrictive to me. I just like to use what I think looks cool. Like, I know Bravery sucks ass competitively. It's not good. It's like one of the worst.
In general.
It's just not that great, but I like to use it because it's one of my favorite.
He's 4'11".
Yo, Nathan.
Yo.
Can I pay you in Ultra Balls to get me some aluminum?
I don't have that much bauxite.
What are you saying that he's a bad Pokemon?
He's not the greatest.
He's
I don't even know how
actually
much I
he's
have.
actually a major threat in NU tournaments.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty good, but like, I hate the whole.
He's actually really good. Actually, when he was first introduced, he was a really good Pokemon in general. But just
I
that's just
hate
my
the
thoughts on it.
tier list because it's so confusing, and I don't want to bother. Like, oh, is this Pokemon OU? Can I only have one of this Pokemon on my team? Can I not have any like a certain move on the move? That's all so restrictive feeling. I just like to use what looks cool. That's why I like.
Yeah, he stayed as a really good NU Pokemon during tournaments.
Anson, did you ever battle in like the Sun and Moon 1v1v1v1 with me?
The Sun and Moon 1v1v1.
The forest battles. Did you ever do those?
John was always first out.
Against in what?
In Sun and Moon. Against me.
I've never really faced
I don't
against
need
you guys
aluminum.
at Pokemon in general. I've never faced against you guys in real Pokemon in general. So personally, never against you guys.
I would always do the forest battles with my friend, and they would always win because I suck. Mostly because
John would
my
always
team
bitch you
was
about
like
my Mimikyu.
Ash Greninja. I always use for that, even though it sucks, and it's like
He's OU.
yeah, but
He's
like
one of the best Pokemon you can have.
my friend kept telling me he sucked, and I'm like, dude, because I just put together like a team of cool Pokemon, and I was lost because I just didn't know how to use it.
Don't believe what everyone tells you about your Pokemon because Blake doesn't know.
It's Blake. He's the one who
anything.
keeps telling me, "Oh, Ash Greninja sucks, dude. Why are you using that shit?"
He doesn't. Blake's clearly lying.
Blame Blake.
Yeah, I do blame him for most of the things that you know about Pokemon competitively.
See,
I want
I tried to
Mimikyu.
listen
I love
less.
Mimikyu.
Blake thinks that EV training is fun. He does that for fun.
Yeah, I like it too.
I cannot stand EV training.
I
Also,
mean,
Ryan, I've got a Mimikyu. Do you want it?
Yes.
What will you do
I mean,
for it?
what good did the EV training do for him against me
No,
when we faced last season? I crushed him every single time.
Yeah, Ryan, what do you want? What will you give me for this Mimikyu?
Remember that, Nathan?
Yeah.
Omnimite.
No, I don't need an Ammonite.
He had a team set up, and basically,
Galite.
apparently,
No.
I pulled out a Drapion on his team, and apparently that was one of his biggest weaknesses.
Yeah.
Rockruff,
The Drapion.
Pikachu, Chikorita.
The Drapion just completely crushed his entire team. The fact is that no matter how well a person trains, there's always one Pokemon that is able to completely annihilate it.
Also,
Trust me.
Ryan, where
One
are you? You're
time-
supposed to be in the Sunflower Plains spending on a Cosmog.
One time, Vespian Queen never stopped beating me. That was pretty much my primary weakness against a guy, and I lost because the Vespian Queen was just much better than just had the advantage against all my Pokemon. especially with its ability, which was Heal Order, which allowed it to heal itself. A big problem, especially for the fact that the only way I was able to take care of it was that I had to pull out my Lucario and go full out Aura Sphere on the sucker. I know it's not very effective against the Vespian Queen, but what I do know is that Aura Sphere has Stab with Lucario, so it was probably my best option out of all the moves, which allowed me to defeat the Vespian Queen, but it was already too late, I lost anyway.
Why did Spike steal my clearing?
Okay, Ryan, it's not your clearing. It's
I literally burnt down a forest for it.
Okay, so
If you want to know how to use your Pokemon effectively, John, you could just look it up.
True. I just don't want to.
You don't have to do the EV part. You just have to get the moves.
I'd rather make my own movesets than Google freaking whatever Pokemon's best moveset. I want to
Bulbapedia.
myself.
Bulbapedia is where I get most of my information. But it does. Bulbapedia does help me understand the Pokemon better of what it's capable of.
Okay, it's no longer dusk. I can leave.
Right. I've been sitting here for days and you haven't done anything.
I've been sitting here during dawn and dusk.
So, how's the training been going, Nathan?
Got a level 30 Trapinch. I'd say it's going well.
Ah, yeah, Trapinch. There we go, buddy. Wait, has he evolved yet?
He is not.
I think he evolved at level 35.
I can just trade you a Flygon.
Well, yeah, but personally, training would... In my idea, I think training would be better. Better for Nathan, in general.
Learn.
Yeah, that way he can learn.
I think the problem I'm having with Dawn Dusk Legends is that the ticks between like when the legends can spawn never really line up well with Dawn and Dusk, and it's such a short amount of time.
Nathan,
Yeah.
guess what just happened? So how would you like your Volcarona?
My what?
Your Volcarona.
Did it evolve?
Yes, it did in fact evolve. Here, I'm gonna give it some moves that I think would be good on Volcarona. You can change them, of course. If you feel like they just don't fit you. Personally, what I would give this Pokemon is the ability is a weakness policy.
Oh, yeah, I got one of those.
I would give Volcarona a weakness policy, personally. The reason being is because Volcarona just has a lot of weaknesses, which is what makes Volcarona good for weakness policy to go with.
Okay, yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Also, the moves I'd give it: Quiver Dance, Rage Powder, and Hurricane. Quiver Dance raises your special attack, special defense, and speed stats, which will allow you to take hits from really powerful Pokemon that might be super effective against you. Rage Powder makes it so that the opponent would only aim for Volcarona. The reason why you would want this is because of the weakness policy. And if you're doing a double battle, then it would be real tricky for the person to aim for the Volcarona only. Also, I gave it Hurricane and Heat Wave as generally powerful moves to give it. Hurricane is just a very given move for Volcarona. A really good move that's just given to Volcarona in a sense. Like a given for a training one.
All right. Thank you.
And let me just check if there's anything better. Oh, there is actually. Yeah. Volcarona, all out, really good Pokemon. So I want to tell you about stab moves, Nathan, as well.
Okay.
Stab moves are really good moves. They're really good moves to put on your Pokemon. Basically, the whole general idea of a stab move is that it's a move that is the same type as the Pokemon that you're using.
Oh, that was really easy to make.
What did you make?
And
Oh
what
my
the-
gosh.
oh,
Where is
what?
it? Gimme.
Uh,
Got it.
Nathan, where are you going?
Over here.
Don't leave me here.
Look at all these mountains, dude.
Damn,
Where
bro.
are you?
This is not what I wanted to happen.
I made a bike.
How fast
Yeah, I
is
was on
the bikes run?
I was on boss.
Bike.
Which one did
I
you
was on
take?
boss
Pretty
island.
fast mock bike.
Yeah.
Is it worth making?
I was on boss island to train this beast.
I don't know.
Is it faster than like a mount? Is
Oh,
it
wow.
worth making tunnels everywhere?
I don't know, Chief. Haven't used it yet.
Let me just tell you the summary. Oh my.
What's the summary?
That's actually not a bad setup to give it. Oh my, this is one big sweeper we've got over here, boys. 181 special attack. Now that is something to have on a Volcarona. Now that's a nature to have on a Pokemon.
It seems alright.
At least I know legendaries can spawn on me. Not the ones I want.
Oh yeah. Also, just a little side note: Hurricane has a chance to confuse target.
Okay.
Nice bike, right?
Bike.
Wait, bring the bike to my camera. I just thought I killed it. Oops. We're good. Ride it real quick. I want to see the. It looks so dumb.
I don't want to break it, I want to see it. Wow, no durability missing. I think it's in on breaking.
It doesn't break, right? If you take a fault that's too high, it'll break.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's why I'm convinced to make tunnels everywhere with the bikes.
Mm. Who wants to see my bike?
You did get a good version of Volcarona.
Yeah.
Because even its speed
Oh,
is
John,
higher
but
than its normal version, and its
legendary
speed
skills.
is lower.
Yeah, I can't do anything with that Dawn right now, Ryan.
Yeah.
Anson, is Struggle Bug a good move?
Struggle Bug?
Yeah.
What's the attack on your Pokemon? No, wait.
I'm talking about
Nathan,
Shuckle.
Do you have
I need to go
DMZ?
eat though, so I gotta go for a minute. I'll be back on later.
Okay.
Anson, you want to see my bike?
No.
Oh, that's cringe.